So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are not done yet. We are keeping on with the broadcast, keeping on with these games, and we will be getting into a map that has been basically erased from existence. Introducing first, on the eastern side of Purity and Industry, just saying that name already boils my blood. It is gonna be our Red Zergto of Seizure. And his opponent, here on the north side of this amazing map, Smile, it is our blue Terran, Marco Polo. So here we go again, guys, into Purity and Industry Go. Of course, this is a patch before because this map has been erased from existence, and it is just like gonna be a stain in the map pool from the last time. The interesting part of Purity Industry, you have these inhibitor zones to really blockade a fast transition, because these bases are pretty close in terms of the air, but many players still like doing the air in the first place. They are able to get on through to the other side, they're able to transition really easily. And right now, we are going to be seeing Seizure get Extractor, get the hatchery first up and running. We'll be getting the pool very soon. Standard stuff here from our Zerg. Marco, in the meantime, going to be setting up that wall. And it seems like we are going to get a TVZ matchup that we will be familiar with, to say the least. In any case, though, ladies and gents, all I gotta say about this set right now is these are from a few newer players. So if you're able to check it out on the Facebook group, then surprise, here we go. After a month or what since you guys sent it, we are finally ready for our 8th replay casting sessions. Really appreciate, though I know it takes a while, as we said, and maybe into the future we can do them a lot more frequently. I say that every time, though, but it really just is a little difficult, especially, in all honesty, the viewership of the whole thing. It's a great way, of course, for the communities, and I do have a lot of fun with it, but at the same time, I really can't afford to spend this much time on, well, things like this that aren't really as, as proper in a way. But hey, that's just how it is sometimes. Not everything is a success, and in a way, it is its own success, because it really started off my StarCraft career, and it really started off, like, how the community got a little bit more familiar with one another, and then it just came to a head in quarantine tournaments, into the Discord, and we're really building up a pretty proper so far, so I'm very happy about that. In any case, I do this because this is still a legacy thing, in all honesty, and I don't really look to give it up anytime soon, but as I said, we'll be looking to make time for it, because this really does go for the long haul. This is going to be a 3.5-hour broadcast already, with literally no one there, so that's how it is sometimes. In any case, though, it is time to check out the game. Enough about that ranting, enough about that talk. You always have that segment in StarCraft, honestly. We're just talking about random things, and it's a little bit of that life story segment I do see quite a lot. But something to note, though, we are gonna get that 2 factory again. Is this gonna be mech play here from Marco, as that is gonna be a second command center going for the Aura command already. In the meantime, we already see Seizure setting up onto the natural. He has those links set up, and he just wants to be as, what do you say, as stable as possible. He's just making sure everything is a-okay there. Tech Lab now gonna be into play. Bunker is there as well, and I feel like we are gonna be in for a more slow-paced game, say the. In any case, though, you're the industry. The thing about it, besides the airspace Seizure loses an Overlord there, it's still a pretty close map to kind of rush. You can go for a long cascade, but something about Purity and Industry, you almost never see more than 4 bases, more than 5 bases in a way, in a map like this. I don't think I've seen enough games of this map, but, it really is. It really feels like there's just so much of the map that you don't end up using. There's an island here that can be cheeky, but it doesn't really see use, rather than lower-tiered games that lead to Terrans floating up there. On the other side, though, we'll be looking at the tech structures right now. And we're getting a starport, we're getting the factories here and now. Still the 2 factories set up here for Marco. He has the barracks into play as well. And really just is interesting. No one add-on whatsoever. It feels like it's just a barracks for the sake of the barracks, putting things up into the bunker. And on the other side, here we go with more and more. Oh, Seizure still sticking on 2 base. And I don't really like this for a Zerg player. You always have to be expanding. You always have to make sure that you can get more and more value. And in a scenario like this, it really feels like it's a little bit of a waste to say that you're playing Zerg and you're not really expanding whatsoever. Anyway, though, Seizure has decided to finally go for Lair on 2 base. And I'd say, though, this is on the lower side of things in terms of our player base, but you know, it's always good to learn. So the first thing here for Seizure, I'd say, is expand. Expand, expand, expand. Make sure that you are putting pressure as much as possible. On the other side here for Marco, he's trying to realize what kind of build he's going for, and that's a lot of supply depots on the west side for no real reason, which is pretty interesting to say the least. Mainly that's still going to be up and running. There we go with the hatcheries now being built onto the southeast, as well as, where's the other one? Oh, he's going for a... Oh, he has 2 proxy hatch. He has 2 macro hatch, rather, on the main base. Interesting. So at the very least, we're seeing Seizure actually get more of these units, right? He's gonna have more hatcheries, he's gonna have more units, but I really would love to see him just expand. There is no pressure whatsoever. We are seeing a game that no one is doing really anything, and I think it is gonna be one of those games where we're just gonna be getting +1 for the time being. So anyway, since we're having a game like this that nothing is happening, I don't think it can hurt if we go for fast forward. We'll be able to just mosey on through as one of those units do go down. Scan gonna be there again. Well, it seems like the tech choices here for Seizure will be the Baneling Nest as well as the Hydras. Finally, though, action gonna be coming our way. And here we go with Seizure trying to get in position yet again. The Zergling's gonna be there on the west side. Marco in the meantime going for damage again. And here we go right now with a little bit of pressure. Marco now, siege tank is set, sees a Zergling there. I think that's the first time we've seen the front line actually do any damage, so you know, that's just how it is sometimes, to say the least. In any case though, is anyone gonna take the island? Someone take the island! I'm feeling a little lost as overlords are gonna be popping there. In the meantime though, books are coming. Seizure will be going for a little bit more on the production department, and scans are there. 3 bases right now up for a Zerg versus 2. Marco is still hanging. Seizure has only 41 workers, and goodbye to that attack, I guess. So that's pretty much it. Both sides are turtling. Both sides are slowly trying to get to that 200. We already have 2,000 minerals for Marco for some reason, but he's not really going to be spending that one. Now, for Seizure, he does have advantage because he has 5 hatcheries. He has 3 bases. He can have a little better tech. Marco, in the meantime, gonna be eventually mining this one out. And oh, Marco, cheeky boy, taking the 3rd down below. Now, this is Marco having good high ground advantage. Sure, will be protecting his mineral line, but at the same time, if the Lings do run there, that's gonna be a lot of damage. It seems like the Lurker then is into play here from Seizure, and I think it is high time for a little bit of the engagement. Does Seizure know that there is a 3rd base there? Yes, he does. And oh my god, it really feels like this is gonna be Crescendo waiting to happen. We fast forward a little bit for the past 9 minutes in a way. Nothing really happening so far, but that's how some games really go sometimes, especially in the lower leagues. It's a little difficult, in all honesty. Lurker. The Lurker just says hi to the SCP. It's like, hello, I'm gonna break your base now. There we go though with the siege tank. Cancel there from Marco immediately. Interesting enough, as I was saying, when you're on the lower leagues, you just want to kind of play your own game. You kind of want to, in a way, stay safe. And when you have 2 passive players, this is what really happens. Both sides are not really doing anything per se. Seizure though has a little bit more in his bank, which is really good. I mean, he doesn't have much in his bank per se, right? But he's doing a lot more actions in his bank. He's not really standing on a lot of minerals and gas. He's spending it as much as possible. He's getting +1, he's getting infestation pit. So macro-wise, I think Seizure, besides not getting that 3rd base a lot earlier, going for double macro hatch, you know, I'd love to see him get at least 4 bases by this point in time. Maybe, no, even a 5th, but, you know, status-wise, maybe 4th would be good enough. And you know, this is just one of those casts where you're not really talking about the game per se, because nothing is gonna happen. This game is just dead until one of these 2 armies decide to go for a clash. I understand the scary part because Marco has a bajillion and 1 siege tanks, but any mutant brigade should clean this up if Seizure does see it coming. But since he's not going for it, he does go for the +1 onto the Carapace. Wants to play the Hydras, wants to play the Lurkers, and something he can do with the Overseer though is drop those changelings to get in the way. In any case though, Vikings are gonna be there, the Hydras are still sticking on. One of the loons popping already, Lurker just casually strolling on through. In any case, I really do commend Seizure and his macro so far, besides, like I said, the base count. He is really spending as much as possible, but as I say that, it finally is time for him to be floating on minerals and gas. He can go for more. He does have a lot of larva. 22 larva, really not doing anything per se. That is boosted already by the injects that aren't really happening right now. And for Seizure, he does want to get the island, but he's not really sending anything in. Lurkers though are in position yet again. Salvage onto the bunker for no real reason. Finally a push out. Marco might be able to see this. And goodbye to the Lurkers, just staying there in the first place. In any case, finally Seizure getting a fort. And he's going for energy upgrade for the Infestor. So, why are we getting Infestors? What is the plan here? Our Turbo Shot won't really do anything to Siege Tanks. I'd love to see him play Vipers instead, honestly, but to each their own. Seizure, though, Hydra Army is looking pretty scary, actually. And in a game like this, if Marco decides to go somewhere that Seizure has already set up those Lurkers, I gotta say, is surprise, surprise, you know? Goodbye to these Siege Tanks immediately. Anyway, though, a little bit of purity here, a little bit of history there, and it really feels like for Seizure, he's just roaming all around the map. There we go with the cleanup onto the Vikings. This might be the big engagement we have been hoping for. The Siege Tanks are in position, and it is gonna be Seizure right now trying to bring everything over. The Lurkers are still chilling though. Oh my god, the cannon fire is just so much to handle, and that is just everything getting torn apart at the sea. Seizure losing everything after the scan also, and that is the power of Rolling Thunder. Okay, I fast forward 12 minutes for that, and I think that was pretty amazing to see, in all honesty. Everything died! Everything died, Marco! Oh my god, with a Seizure! Seizure, you absolute mad lad! And this is just one of the games I'm just gonna have a fun time in. Chainlink's already dropped. I wish he did it before he brought his army. But oh my god, what a game this has been. So that was a big moment, and that's the fun part about these lower tier games. When you have these big moments, they're amazing. They're just absolutely amazing. It's ridiculous how amazing it looks. How it's just Siege Tanks getting that many kills out of nowhere. You don't see that every day. And I guess the 12 minutes was worth the wait given the fast forward. And I guess we can do it again, because on either side I will really think is gonna attack. Hype will be going online. There we go. Infestors. +3/+3 though will make these Siege Tanks even scarier. And well, it's Seizure right now going on to the outside. Something really interesting, Marco has not really built anything. He is staying on a low army count, 65 to 68. Neither side going for 200. They might be allergic to going for the max out per se. Anyway though, on to the west side already. Seizure roaming on around. And well, you know, purity industry. It's a good, it's not really a good map. That's all I gotta say. Scans do go online. Who needs, you know, who needs to send in the Viking when you can use all that energy for scans instead? But Marco is running out of minerals, huh? That's something to take note. Seizure has taken a big advantage by having 4 bases to begin with. It's a good creep spread on his side. In any case though, still gonna be high time for Seizure right now to roam around the map. It's still Marco though, doing all he can and more, and oh my god, is it time again? Is it time again? These tanks smacking into the debris. Let's go! Hot Wheels beat that. I remember watching a series of Hot Wheels before. It was like the Accelerator's my favorite thing in the world. Oh my god, these Siege Tanks are just stuck in heavy traffic. And eventually Marco decided to bravely bring things out to begin with. We got some Infestors though. We don't have Shroud, that's for sure. We have Parasite for some reason. Here we go though with the Brawl again. And oh, Marco, he's not ready for it. He's going to be going for the siege mode in. There we go with a little bit of Parasite action. And oh my god, the damage fire again from the cannons. Not as impressive as the last one. This time, Marco going to get caught out in the open. And Seizure yoinking those tanks away. But the Infestors are just standing there looking pretty. Everything has died again. And yeah, that's it. Everything is dead again. What a game. What a game. Bronze League Heroes. Hey, LabBot. What do you think of this game from a scale of 1 to X? What can we say about this game, in all honesty? Okay, good point. Let's go back to good points, okay. Seizure, macro better. Upgrades better. I'd love to see him actually get to +3 though. Not too floaty compared to Marco. Not afraid of expanding. So good check marks there. But issues are not really respecting composition. Not really using the burrowed necessary units in the best degree, and of course, really that's, oh my god, these are just gonna die. Really the thing to note is for Seizure to get a little better in this regard, the best thing he can really do, per se, is to learn to expand a lot quicker. But it's pretty smart. I like this Zero Parasite, they're just throwing these C-Tanks away. If the scans aren't coming, these are free units. Well, it's high time to go for the push. There's a blood here, courtesy of the Seizure, and we are actually gonna get the big moment here to really go for the coup de grace. Marco has decided to put his keyboard away with no APM whatsoever. Seizure right now cleaning up the second base. And well, our Zerg wins. He's gonna get rid of the second base. There is no income whatsoever from Marco. He has decided to go somewhere else. He's on to the low ground right now. Assimilation again from the Neuroparasite. And I'm loving at least that these investors are getting a little bit of love. Zerg still are dying for free because Marco and Seizure have these two Sea-Tanks right beside each other. There we go right now with the Sea-Tank being brought back into the fold of the Terran race. But it's just way too much damage. And here comes the high tier units. Broodlords are going to be into play. Lurkers right now doing all the DPS they can onto this one refinery. And that is just going to be game, set, and match there. Okay. Marco has these sneaky siege stacks. These Hydras are dying. These Hydras are dying. But Seizure, again, nothing Seizure inducing here. It's very, very chill. We're having a good time. We're having a good game. This is a enjoyable time here. This is what StarCraft's all about. Everyone starts off somewhere, and at least Seizure knows that he can play the aggressor. He can go for the attack. Again, the first thing he can really work on would be that 2-base to 3-base transition and actually go for the attack there, but this is a well-deserved win. Seizure right now is able to catch out Marco. 1 out of 3, which is good enough. Broodlords are just chilling, and that's the game. Seizure will take that victory 19 minutes in, and we had a very interesting time. But post-game, all I gotta say for Seizure, he has a lot more promise, understanding that he can really branch out on that tech tree. Interesting build to go for the Hydras and the Lurkers against Siege Tanks. A little bit more of research there, especially against the match types, could go a long way, but at least the expansions do come, and Macro, even at its most infancy, can really breed the roots that he can work on. But that was a pretty low tier game, and you can really see that Siege Tanks go boom in the best scenarios.